I feel like T.S. Madison. Is this thing on? I can't quite tell. Now I gotta go check on the baby. Oh, it is on. Okay, let me see who's in here. I was about to go check on the baby. Hold on, let me go check on the baby. Let me go check on the baby. I'm being summoned. Let me just let some folks come on in here while I go answer the call of the baby boss. Hang on, I'll be right back. I'm back. Hello. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's here, Ashay. Let's see. I can't tell. How do you do this on a desktop? How do you see who's here on a desktop? Oh, okay. I see Frederico's here. Brandy's here. Derek has joined. Shakam is here. Kiosha is here. OG Realism in this motherfucker has joined. Azim is joined. Tim is joined. Welcome, you guys. Hold on. Let me put the baby in place here, so she won't boss me around. Okay, so here's the thing. I know it's after midnight in the Americas, but it's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in China. It's sunny outside. I gotta twist my locks today, so I gotta lock myself down. But before I do that, I like to have our little family meetings. Hopefully this one isn't 4 hours long like the last one, because I really got to get on this hair. I'm hosting a conference in Shanghai next week. And I got prepared for it starting today. Speaking of which, the conference that I'm hosting in Shanghai next week is featuring Dr. Umar Johnson. And I wanted to have a conversation just about what we know so far. Hey, D Dream Tolliver, long time no see, 1998, something like that. But anyway, so there's so many people, and I'm going to say this with all the cocky, arrogance, braggadociousness that's in me. So many people have made Facebook pages, Instagram videos, created whole YouTube channels surrounding our beloved Dr. Umar Johnson. I won't call out any of their names because they are non-motherfucking factors. But I will say I have been very passive aggressive. You want me to sing to you, D? What you want me to sing? I'll be happy to sing for you. You know I will. But now, if you've watched the videos that I posted on YouTube, you saw the hearing the full hearing in which Dr. Umar Johnson has been verified to be a doctor of clinical psychology. Dr. Umar Johnson has been verified by the State Board of Psychology in Pennsylvania to have operated within the scope of his expertise and his credentials as a psychologist in the state of Pennsylvania. He made a very good point during the hearing yesterday that in a school, they don't say school psychologist, they just say psychologist. After he introduces himself as a certified school psychologist. Which one? The storm is over. You talking about it's over now. It's over. That's a good song for right now. Yes, I don't mind singing that. It's over now. I feel like I can make it. The storm is over now. You talking about that one? That's my song. No more cloudy days. They're all gone away. I feel like I can make it. The storm is over now. But anyway, the storm ain't over, y'all. White supremacy has not been defeated. That's a slavery song to make you feel good, and I'll sing it if it make you feel good, but that's not the motherfucking truth. The truth is we have a fight to fight, and we are picking straws for bullshit. We are being petty as a community, and we are attacking our own. I put something on Instagram and Facebook last week or week before last that said, it seems that every single Messiah we get, we crucify. Now, you might believe that Jesus is the one and only Messiah, but you crucified that black revolutionary too. Anytime anybody tells they don't believe in all this Black Lives Matter stuff, they believe in Jesus and this stuff. And I say, well, Jesus was a black man that was murdered by white police officers. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not going to get into all the historiology or anything like that. But what I will say is this. We as a one people have strung this man up, Dr. Umar Johnson, and I've been quiet publicly. I have been quiet publicly. I've just released information. I haven't said a lot about my own opinion. I haven't said a lot about anything on my own. I've just allowed information to speak. But you saw the hearing. Now, here's what I want to know. Boyce Watkins, Tariq Nasheed, anti-African Svengalis, keyboard musician, oh Lord, that bitch ass Tommy Sotomayor. We're just going to say his name for G purposes. I'm going to say this to all of you. Which of you will be the first to say, I was wrong? I apologized. I got the information wrong. I spread a rumor that was incorrect. I questioned whether or not he had a doctorate. For what reason? Because you don't question your oncologist. You don't ask the guy who checks your nuts whether or not he's got a degree. You understand what I'm saying? You don't ask a bus driver if he's got a driver's license. But I questioned his degree publicly enough that it raised a firestorm. I questioned his credentials and whether or not he was operating legally as a school psychologist. I questioned everything about this man and made a mockery of what he's done for Africans globally. And you know what? I watched the hearing and I was wrong. I found out that, yes, his doctorate degree, all 6 of his degrees have been verified. I found out that he does have a legal right to operate as a school psychologist and as a therapist under the supervision of a licensed psychologist. I found out that he was a therapist prior to being a school psychologist and was doing that legally. And as of right now, I have no legal verifiable reason to believe this man has perpetrated a fraud. And you know what? I apologize for the culture. I apologize for the people. I apologize. Who will be the first to say that? Because if you're willing to say that you apologize for spreading something that you know is not true, then we know you got love for your people. I think I need to wipe off my camera. Hold on. I think that's better. It's a little bit crisper. If you're willing to apologize for being wrong, for making a mistake, for spreading information that you thought, hey cousin, hey Victor, if you're willing to apologize for spreading information that you thought was the truth, but now you found out because you watched the hearing, you were glued to it at 11:11 p.m. last night. You know that you saw what happened, and you turned up your speaker real loud and even probably connected the Bluetooth so you could hear what the black mediator was saying. You know you listened in to the prosecutor, and you listened to the Breakfast Club interview, and you saw what they showed him on his website. You know you heard his defense of himself. You know every single time he verified with the mediator, was this legal? Was this moving forward? Can we say that me operating in this way was absolutely legal? Do I have to come back and clarify this every time? You know you watched. You know you saw it. You know you listened. You know your tummy felt a little bubble when you realized that what you said and what you perpetrated and what you've made all these YouTube dollars off of and gotten all these Instagram clicks off of has been wrong. So now if you really love your people, see, when I realized that I had been perpetrating a fraud, I'm not talking about Dr. Umar, I'm talking about some church shit. When I realized that what I had built my life and my reputation off of evangelizing was not true, I instead started spreading what I knew to be true. So if you know you're wrong, speak the truth. Don't go back and say, No. Once you know better, you do better. Once you know better, you do better. So if you are interested in really, really loving on your people, if you're interested in really, really giving the best, and this isn't just for the big names, this isn't just for the ones that have come out and said something who everybody knows. This is for these little people who don't nobody know, people who ain't got no credential, who barely got a GED or education to speak of, or want to question and talk about everybody else's. People who got all these questions that will never be answered, because no matter what anybody tells you, you won't believe the answers that you're given, shown, or are proven to you. Will you now either shut your motherfucking mouth, or will you say, I was wrong? I don't like his principles. I don't like his ideas. I don't like what he believes, and I'll just stick with that. Instead of me, give me the word, Olodumare, you know what it is. Instead of me, what's the word? Assassinating. Thank you, Olodumare. Instead of me assassinating this man's character, instead of me bringing out people who will speak against him and speak lies, instead of me saying he doesn't have any credentials, but who gives a fuck? All of us went to somebody's school, and who really cares? Who cares what a credential is when we can't build wealth, when we don't have wealth as a people? But it's a credential that he worked very hard for. Thank you, Kamara. Assassinated. Instead of a person assassinating his character and continuing to do so, just say, we have a community of people here in China who won't come out and say, I married outside of my race for transactional reasons. So because of that, I go around and lie and say Umar Johnson doesn't like biracial children. Instead of that, I go around and lie and say Umar Johnson is a fraud and he doesn't have a doctorate degree, because I'm not willing to accept the conviction that I did something that, although was permissible, was not beneficial for my race. I have a super duper issue with the decisions that I've made in my life, and the things that he says nailed me down to my conviction. So instead of me saying, damn, I fucked up, I made a decision, I married outside of my race, and now I have a limited amount of ability to really work for my race. Hey, DB, instead of doing that, I went around and I told lies about him. I said this, I said that. I talked about his personal business. I talked about things I had no business speaking of. And I made up things. why do that? Why not just say, you know what, I'm a little convicted because I'm LGBTQPZ and I don't really want to talk about that. So instead I'll lie and say he hates LGBTQPZ people. Instead of saying, you know what, I'm not really one to really build institutions for my race. I'd rather take my money and go on vacation with my family and trick it off on bitches and hoes. You know, I'm gonna lie and say that he's doing something with money that he has no business doing. You know, instead of saying, you know, I probably have a better opportunity to get a better education and do more for my people, I'll just lie and say he doesn't have any education. How about that? I'm not going to be on here long because I got to go twist my hair up. I got to start aesthetically preparing for this conference I have to host next week. But I will say this, and I feel like I need to say it publicly. If you have spread the lies and you know that they're now not true, go back and fix your shit. Go back and fix what you said. You don't have to go back to every single person and say, oops, ops, I told a lie. But from this moment forward, from this day forward, make a decision. It's only like an hour. Not even some of y'all, it ain't even midnight yet where you are. So you still got 20 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes or 3 hours and 20 minutes, 2 hours and 20 minutes, depending on which time zone you in, to get your life right. And from this moment forward, stop spreading a lie that you know is not true. Now, before I leave, I'm scared to open up testimony. Some of y'all scared to hear real testimony based on that lady that we saw get shamed last week for her testimony. You can open a school with no money, then why haven't you, Face? If you can open a school with no money, why haven't you? You don't want to do that, baby. You don't want to go there. You got plenty of money flowing through your fingers every single day. I know it. I've seen it. So if you can, why haven't you? If you can, if that's something you have the ability to do, why haven't you? What's kept you from it? See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Everybody want to talk about, I could do this, I could do that, I could do that. Why haven't you? You've been in the same city now for 40-something years and you ain't done it. You ain't done it. You ain't opened up shit. You don't have your fingers on one institution, not a hospital, not a school, not a politician, not a nothing, not a bank, nothing. So you can't sit up and talk about what you could. Okay, Elliot, because I was going to say, Face, come on now, don't make me do that. I love you like sugar, but don't make me do that. If okay, because we all can do something, but what are we doing? What are we doing? And I have the right to say this. As a person who is the offspring of a man who raised money to build something, took his sweet time to build it, and did what he had to do, I can say this. Okay, Elliot, I love you. We'll meet up for drinks online later. Okay, it said I had a poor wireless connection. Hold on, let me turn my shit toward the Wi-Fi. You know we got that beautiful Chinese Wi-Fi that's amazing. Hold on, let me turn my chair. Oh, she's happy. That makes me happy. I keep hearing all these people talk about the money, the money, the money, the money, the money. And we always, because you gave your money to, like I did, Eddie Long, Terrell Murphy. We gave our money to John P. Key, who ain't built a church yet. Has been raising money with all these campaigns, as far as I know, since 2005, and ain't built shit yet. You know, we've given our money to so many people that haven't done anything with it, but so we have this distrust, and I get it. I get it. I understand it. But how about this? If I have trust issues, I don't get in a relationship. A financial transaction is a relationship. So if you have those kind of trust issues, which are totally justifiable, are totally understandable. You understand what I'm saying? If you have those kind of trust issues with your $25, don't get in a relationship. Don't make a donation. That way you ain't butthurt if shit don't pan out the way you thought it should in a certain amount of time that you want it to. That's something that you don't have to worry about, because you know you didn't donate $10.50. So you don't have to worry about whether or not the school is being built, when it should be built, how it's going to be built, and everything that goes along with that. But you can't go around and accuse somebody of doing something without any receipts. You can't. My daddy always told me, whenever you leave a store, make sure you have your receipt. Never leave a store without your receipt and a bag. Never walk out of a store with your stuff in hand, and never walk out of a store without your receipt. That way, if somebody accuses you of something, you got your receipts. You have your bags. You have something to prove that you own what you have. So you can't get mad at somebody for not. Let me wait for the Wi-Fi to reconnect. You can't get mad at, and I got 2 routers, y'all. I got 4 internet connections at my house. And it's still a motherfucker. 5 actually. But anyway, you can't get upset with somebody or accuse somebody of doing something. I'm really just enjoying my pretty nails. I'm sorry. Flossing on myself. I do my own gel manicure, and I'm very proud of it because it's rather expensive, and I learned how to do it on my own and save myself some money. So I'm low-key showing off my talent to myself. Forgive me. But anyway, you can't get upset for things not happening the way that you. Here go to Wi-Fi's. If you aren't doing things yourself. See, one thing that is a vex to our community, Africans in America, one thing that is a vex to our community is it's easier for us to say, I'm gonna write you a check, send you a money order, do a PayPal payment or a GoFundMe, and I'm gonna sit back and wait for you to do the work. I'm gonna sit back and I'll wait for you to do all the work. And then if you don't do it the way I thought it should be done, in the time I thought it should be done, then I'm gonna assassinate your character. Thanks again, Kamara. Then I'm gonna assassinate your character because you didn't do with my resources what I should have done. I haven't built anything. I haven't established anything. I haven't built the right relationships. I know, Buddhafoot. I know, Mama's okay. She's just talking. I haven't done what I'm supposed to do, so I'm going to now say that you are this and you are that and you are not this and you are not that and all this other stuff. So maybe if you get on your grind and you get on your hustle and you start to put your $10.50 into something that will yield something of substance. If you want a school, start a school. If you want a bank, start saving your money. How about that? You understand what I'm saying? If you want political power, start buying politicians. It don't take that much. Hold on. What, Nunu Putz? What, Nunu Mama? She said, who are you talking to? If you want something, do it. If you want it, do it. And stop criticizing somebody else for not doing things the way you thought they should be done. But the real bottom line of this conversation for me, and I wish I could bring people in, but you can't do that on iOS or on OS 11. Maybe they'll bring that to our, maybe they will bring that capability to Apple, maybe, but you know, maybe. But anyway, the real basis and the real meat of this conversation is, I feel like it's an altar call. Because I got that good old evangelism in me. Hello, Trey. I feel like it's an altar call. I feel like, is there one? If you have been the one who has spread these lies and these rumors and you've watched the proof. Hello, Krisha. If you've been the one that has spread, I'm going to say it through the baby so I don't seem so mean. If you've been the one who's been around here saying that Dr. Umar is not a doctor, that he does not have a doctorate degree, and that he's been working outside of his credential. Hold on, let me fix my dress. If that's you, and you watched the hearing and you found out that everything you've been saying is a lie, will you raise your hand and say, forgive me, I told a lie, and I won't lie no more? Will you? Will you? Will you? Thank you, Kamara. She looks like her grandmother. Will you stop? Will you sweep around your own front porch before you try to sweep around somebody else's, first of all? And second of all, will you stop lying on those in leadership to make yourself feel better? And those in leadership, stop lying on other leadership to make yourself feel better, to build your own brand and to build your own name, because now your credibility is shot. Now all the anger and the vitriol and the passion and the bitterness that you put into, and the energy that you put into tearing this man down, you look like a motherfucking fool. You look like a fool. For those of you who said he wasn't a doctor and now it's been proven that he is, like, who cares for real? But for real, he worked. I mean, if you said I didn't have a bachelor's degree, I'd be ready to come fight you, because I got it. It's in my suitcase. I keep it with me 24/7. It's always available, because I'm always asked by these parents here who can't understand that I have more education than them, and it's just a freaking bachelor's degree. Does she have a bachelor's degree? Yup. I keep it digitally on a digital copy so they can see it. But that's what I have to do, because I'm brown, because I'm black, because I'm African. But if you've been going around questioning things and openly questioning them in a way that caused other people to doubt the work, then now's your season to apologize. You got 48 hours. Get her done.